Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ananth Ravi. I'm the CEO and co-founder of MOLLI Surgical. We're a medical device company whose focus is on making precision surgery simpler. And I'm really honored to be up here again this year to share our progress to our mission and vision. For those of you that are unacquainted with our story, allow me to tell you about how we began. We began from a single patient's voice. So I started off my career as a medical physicist, leading one of the larger cancer programs in Toronto. And I was fortunate to meet Mrs. Smith, name anonymized, at a patient family advisory council meeting where she told us about her story with wire-localized breast cancer. She comes in the morning after fasting the day before for her surgery, and she has these 2 wires placed, and she waits 6 hours with them protruding out of her breast. She's in pain and discomfort, and she ends up fainting. And so even as I tell this story, I'm like transported back to that room, and you can imagine, everybody in this room would probably be similarly compelled to do something about it, and that's how MOLLI was born. And unfortunately, this story is not unique. There are around 2.3 million patients each year that are diagnosed with breast cancer yearly. 70% of them are eligible for breast-conserving surgery, and the vast majority of patients still get wire localization. So the potential for good is immense, and it's an important problem to tackle. And our solution is founded on simplicity. So we implant a tiny permanent magnet, and then we use a wand and a tablet, much like a GPS system, to really guide the surgeon down with precision to find that magnet and remove it with accuracy. But fundamentally, we are 100% reliable. So when the radiologist implants that magnet, the surgeon will be able to find that magnet with 100% reliability every single time when they need it most, which is absolutely critical. And the reason we have this confidence is based on our clinical history. We've seen the impact and had difficult conversations resultant from inexact design, and that's problematic. And so we wanted to avoid that. So we obsess over every single detail because the risk is in those details. So take, for example, the marker. Our marker is the smallest marker on the market, allowing you to mark these tiny little sub-millimeter DCIS targets. It's also made of permanent magnet, so it'll never deactivate, and you will always be able to find it. And it's coated in pure gold, so it's incredibly biocompatible. The needle, we have spent a lot of time finessing the sharpness of that needle so that when a radiologist inserts, it takes very little force, so you can mark the toughest and fibrotic lesions, but it requires very little effort, so the patient doesn't feel minimal pain. And our wand and our tablet are built on ergonomic principles. So the wand's designed for every surgeon with large hands or small, and the tip is tapered so you can make a small incision that leaves no trace behind for the patient, which is everything we want. And the tablet is IV mountable, and so this reduces that physical load on clinical staff. They're not hunched over or straining to look at the screen, and our interface reduces that cognitive load. We provide just the right amount of information at the right time, reducing that load. We've even gone to the extent of eliminating those annoying beeps and buzzes in the OR by having a concert pianist program the sound so that it's actually pleasing. And on top of that, we all know that the systemic load on our healthcare practitioners is immense. So how do we reduce that? So with MOLLI, you're now able to implant our marker on a different day from surgery. So what this allows you to do is to decouple radiology from surgery. So radiologists now can optimize their schedule and fit in more cases. And then surgeons can operate first thing in the morning. And because the technology is so reliable, we're recognizing they're shortening their procedures and fitting more in. So we're seeing up to 40% for both of these departments in overall appreciated capacity, which is incredibly impactful, and not to mention the overall strain on these individuals. And our pace of advancement continues. So last year, this was just a rumor. We talked about it of MOLLI 2, and we were proud to say we launched that this year to a tremendous reception in the market. And we introduced something called New Directional 3D Guidance. So on the screen, you can see our wand moving, and the white dot corresponds to its position where the center of the bullseye is where the marker is. So it really guides the surgeon to exactly where the lesion is. And when they find it and point right at it, it turns green. So it's really like a reassuring pat on the back that they've found their target, adding to that confidence and ease of use. What we didn't anticipate last year when I was here was introducing something called Remarkable. So as we've gone into the market, we noticed that radiologists have a concern with these wire-free localization devices, because if it's placed suboptimally, now the surgeon has to go in for an additional surgical procedure to remove that suboptimally placed marker. With Remarkable, we use a percutaneous needle, go in, target it with a highly magnetic obturator that's able to attract the marker and remove it. So this allows us to have confidence that when the patient leaves radiology, the lesion is going to be marked precisely and accurately. So last year we were here and we were proud of treating over and impacting the lives of over 5,000 patients. And this year, again, we've been able to more than triple that with 17,000 over 170 institutions just across North America. And we keep going, and it's really been an exciting journey. We received some accolades from external partners and peers. It was really amazing to get named Time's Best Inventions of 2022, and most recently, we won the Edison Award in Good Design for just our MOLLI 2 device, which has been incredibly motivating for our team. Speaking of our team, we're led by an exceptional group, bar myself, of course, because Holly said founders are bad, of exceptional leaders that are proven in their individual disciplines, and we benefit from their guidance day in and day out. But we're also supported by the true differentiator in MOLLI, which is our people. And our company is roughly split in two. We have an innovation arm and a commercialization arm. The commercialization arm is out there collecting feedback on how we can do better, and the innovation arm makes it a reality. So that allows us to really change the global landscape of cancer. And because of this team, it's allowed us to dream bigger. So our mission has grown. We no longer are solely focused on breast, but we're looking at the total global landscape of cancer. Our technology is indicated for soft tissues. And we believe the problem of localization is not just a breast cancer problem. You now have incredible resolution and are able to interrogate function in radiology like you've never been able to before. And in surgery, you have sub-micron precision in movements, but you're still relying on touch and sight. So MOLLI can be that bridge, and allowing us to influence the lives of over 18 million patients diagnosed with cancer every year and improving their quality of life. And a commitment from our company is that not only do we keep pace with these clinical needs, but our goal is to anticipate where the field is headed years from now. And we've manifested that. Since 2021, we have released at least one clinically new significant product year over year. And this year is going to be no different. In 2024, we plan to extend our platform to incorporate minimally invasive surgery and explore what we can do in that realm. Thank you for your time. And if any part of our story has been compelling, please reach out to Diana, Paul, or myself, and we'd love to tell you more. Thank you.